Я переключил на Full HD, посмотрим, что будет сейчас. И как оно будет. Потому что он хуй его знает, блядь. Подлаги, конечно, жесткие. Я, короче, убрал, блядь, с 2К на 1080 пикселей, и все отлично. На Full HD. Ой, блядь, ладно, хуй с ним. Не получается у меня по-человечески стримить в 2К. Что поделаешь? Лучше так, чем никак. Так, возвращаемся снова к этой мадам.
I trust Mr. Brattleby was able to accommodate you.
Давай
And
поговорим.
Finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hackett.
glad to hear it. Then you should be ready to learn Incendio.
Should be, Professor.
Yes. I'm sorry to say, I visited enough careless colleagues at St. Mungo's to assure you that fire is a fickle servant. Your spellcasting has impressed me thus far, but please maintain focus. I would rather we not end today's lesson with your robes aflame. Let us begin. And remember, focus on the proper wand movement. Concentrate and keep your wand steady.
X, A. Ей, воспламенение выучили. Теперь как мне нужно переключаться между ними? Арти. Меню заклинаний. Понял.
Incendio.
Getting it. Keep at it. And do try not to incinerate yourself.
Вернитесь в класс профессора Хига. Погнали в класс профессора Хига. Ждать. Ну, давай подождем.
There you are.
Что у меня по погоде? За бортом. Магазин стоит сгореть. Жду магазин сгонять с сигаретами.
Hello, sir. You'll be pleased to know that I work for my defensive magic with Professor Hackett.
So I hear. She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig, I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your
is...
schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
Хуя ты борзый, блядь. Я думаю, что в магазин пока быстренько сгоняю за сигаретами, возьму себе покурить что-нибудь, у меня пиво кончилось. И вернусь, мне ровно 3 минуты это делается.
But, Professor,
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
О, вовремя вернулся. С награды сейчас заберу. Угу, так, вернулся. Сейчас закурим и пойдем разложим. Что по настройкам вообще? Установка лучей, отлично.
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea. Sebastian, there you are.
There you are. You promised me an explanation for what happened in the Three Broomsticks. Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
Только достать учеников свое внимание. В чем было дело?
I've never even met him. Perhaps he mistook me for another student.
If you say so. I won't press you now, but you will have to tell me what's going on at some point. You might need me. So, why were you looking for me?
I need to find something for Professor Fig, but it's in the restricted section of the library.
He can't get it himself?
He was called away by Black at the last moment. I suppose I could wait to get a note from him, but...
You want to show some initiative.
Precisely. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight, and tell no one.
Секундочку. Вот так вот. Так, все верно. Встретимся ночью у входа в библиотеку и никому ни слова. Что если нас поймают? Что будет, если нас поймают в запретной секции?
Detention, no doubt. But a word of caution or two will help. For one, avoid Peeves, the poltergeist. Aside from wanton destruction of property, he loves nothing more than telling on the likes of us.
How concerned should I be about the librarian?
Madam Scribner doesn't take kindly to clandestine activities taking place amongst her precious books. So do all that you can to avoid her. She and I have had our entanglements, but I can hold my own against her. You may not be so lucky.
Понял.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
Увидимся позже.
See there? That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The Disillusionment Charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
Угу. Видимость.
Librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase. Told
Отлично.
me the librarian would be gone by now. I said usually, but it'll still be all right. Do you see her desk behind me?
The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
You distract, I get the key. Understood.
Потом узнаем, зачем нужен этот ключ. Сначала его спиздим.
Keep my word. Trust me.
The key. Here it is.
Так, ключ забрали, нужно...
Someone there? Is that you, Peeves?
That wasn't so difficult after all. How to find that book.
Ghost, don't let her see you.
Yvonne, can't you leave us to post about in peace? Out of here with you!
Нас поймали.
I'll be quieter than a jobber knoll. Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tome by its cover, I say. Ghost, don't let her see you.
If you're a mortal, you best turn back. Must we encounter students at all hours of the day and night?
Что за привидения такие охуевшие? Почему они меня палят-то?
Protego! Silent as a grave. Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tome by its cover, I say. Ghost, don't let her see you.
Oh, can't you leave us to post about in peace?
Как же...
Out of here with you.
Привидение меня палит, привидение меня видит.
It must remain unseen. Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tome by its cover, I say.
Оставайтесь незамеченным, используя основные заклинания. Режим прицеливания позволяет вычислить точность прицеливания. Понял.
should be.
Отлично. Отлично, идем дальше.
So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else has given up.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No, we've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic.
Who have we here? Sebastian Solo and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be.
Да ебало, скройте нахуй, что ты лезешь.
Naughty, you'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't
I'm
you...
going to tell. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
How do I know you won't go to the librarian and blame this all on me?
Why would I do that? I like having friends who are in my debt. Now go. Good luck in your search. Now, where has that damned poltergeist got to?
I know just the spell to repair this armor.
Accio! Reparo. Protego!
Всякий пожарный.
Of course, traces of ancient magic. There must be more to this room. That's it.
Protego!
Where might this lead?
Да, пиздец. И как? И как?
Accio! Reparo.
I need to wake up that room over there.
Ага.
Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
Раскройте секрет прихожей.
Protego! Accio! Levioso! Levioso! Protego! Levioso! Levioso!
Убил. Победил их. Ваша способность использовать древнюю магию закрывается успешно. Ага.
Levioso. Protego. Incendio. Levioso. Incendio.
Пиздец, блядь.
This must be the way forward, but to where? Nearly there. Best keep my wits about me. Levioso. Protego. Levioso. 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 Protego. Levioso. Levioso. Incendio. Protego. Incendio. Levioso. 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 It is a book after all.
wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald, Professor Rackham.
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Professor Rookwood, Professor Bakar.
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad, especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year. I've never heard of another like us.
Miss Morganach, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly not.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham can see them too, but we've never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that appear when a particular form of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morganach.
Before I can train you to wield such magic, you must first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
A magic this powerful can do great harm in the wrong hands. It must be wielded by a select few. As such, we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
Sebastian.
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster.
Ну нахуй, не надо. Алло, зачем директору-то сразу? Нахуя? Не надо, не трожь меня.
If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy. Don't waste this.
There was nobody else. I came alone.
Нихуя себе, он еще и, блядь, красавчик.
Sebastian, what will your uncle say?
Охреневший, блядь, призрак. Вернуться в класс профессора Фига. Погнали. Какого-то фига нужно прибежать к профессору Фига. Подгружалась локация. Бегает он, конечно, очень смешно. Уж очень так прикалывает это все беготня. К профессору Фига есть смысл ночью возвращать? Приходить, как бы меня что, кто-то примет сейчас ночью? А, ну вот утром подождали. Все, понял, нужно было ждать, не обязательно нужно было идти к себе в спальню.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look.
Бля, он воспоминания не может просто вам передать, вытащить? Может, есть возможность у них, технологии такие.
Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. Now I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're
Нет,
gone.
не только
You've
заклинания.
done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Подожди.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
Это деревушка, которая называется Нижний Хоксфилд. Всем в деревне дают возможность найти новых торговцев. Угу. Да, 6.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the
Ай,
assignments
бокер
I
това
have
дайн
given
лоде,
you,
ни
and
от
then
бабна.
proceed to see me in my classroom.
По мере своих исследований вы будете расследовать туман, открывать... Да, ну, понятно, это новые земли открываются. Мне интересно, а вот это что это? Блять. Профессор Ник, невзирая на мой крайне плотный график, министерство не кстати прислало расписание встретить нового ученика на 5-й курс. Профессор настаивает на, что ребенку требуется сопровождение наставник, чтобы помочь ему усвоиться в новом месте перед началом учебного года. Поручаю это дело вам за подробностями. Обращайтесь к профессору Уизли. Профессор Фениас Дэниелс Блэкс, директор. Блэки были директорами? Прикольно. Эти по травологии. Поехали на травологию. Поймал листочек. Стоп, а это не тут самое дерево, которое дает пизды. Почему-то оно похоже сейчас на сакуру. По-моему, опасное дерево, которое может дать тебе просто, ну, ля-ля-кебаб навесить.
Good morning, Professor Garlic. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie.
Или твоей тетушки.
Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bone. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root.
Корень мандрагоры? Может, по-моему, смертельный. И там еще в узники Азкабана нам о нем рассказывали. Не, не в узники Азкабана, а в секретной комнате.
Now, everyone, grip the mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Успокоилась. Нурагора, нихуя себе.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting table.
I wonder if hippogriffs like...
Yes, Professor?
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
I'll say. Nearly went deaf.
Well, yes, Of course, the cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to keep those ears protected. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fine.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages.
Да, пошли, покажи мне китайскую жующую капусту, пошли.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him.
Пизды не дадут за сорванное.
Oh. Well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me. Here we are, home of the Chinese chomp. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
I'm sorry. What do I need to do?
Garlic said she wanted you to have a go at tending the cabbages. Give them some time to chomp and whatnot. Nothing to it, really. Just toss some of those Chinese chomping cabbages out. You'll see fairly quickly why we call them that.
Удерживайте лефт. Ага. При помощи китайской жующей капусты. Чё? Так, мне, судя по всему, в любом случае понадобится сейчас не только лавиоса, мне понадобится еще и вот это у меня уже есть.
I'm sorry. What do I need to do?
Garlic said she wanted you to have a go at tending the cabbages. Give them some time to chomp and whatnot. Nothing to it, really. Just toss some of those Chinese chomping cabbages out. You'll see fairly quickly why we call.
Что за бред, а где сам?
Revelio.
Нужно выбрать. Ну, мне нужно выбрать китайскую жующую капусту из моего кругового меню инструментов и бросить ее в сторону манекена. Окей. Где может быть капуста?
Levioso. Incendio.
А, вот она капуста.
Look at that. They'll chomp anything they can get their mouths on. Mum
Хай
planted
они
some in her garden
уничтожены.
last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the denoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters.
I'm sorry. What do I need to do?
Garlic said she wanted you to have a go at tending the cabbages. Give them some time to chomp and whatnot. Nothing to it, really. Just toss some of those Chinese chomping cabbages out. You'll see fairly quickly why we call them that. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Погнали обратно в класс. Все хорошо. Угу. По идее, это все медь, которая окислилась. Очень похоже на то. Через 3 минуты, он говорит.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my...
Так, поехали, девушка. Девушка из Угады. Давай, есть задание? Он мне показывает. Да, все, есть, отлично, пообъезжали. Что, подожди-ка, цветочек у меня не вырос. 2 минуты. Нет, 2 минуты я ждать не буду, ибо не бессмысленно. Пойдем, потом вернемся. У нас не так много времени перед работой осталось, чтобы еще ждать, просто стоять 2 минуты. Да и на стриме, думаю, вряд ли кому-то будет интересно, даже при условии, что я здесь один. Или было бы интересно. Братан, ты что, срешь в воздухе, что ли, в Левиоса? Тебе что не за дорога такая через жопу, блядь? Выложи уже мне нормальный маршрут. Он, видишь, какой-то перекосоебенный, блядь, какими-то кругами. Вот, вывел меня на дорожку. И побежали, все заебомба. Получено маячок. Можно будет быстрее сейчас сюда передвигаться. Это что еще такое? Лунный камень собрал. Супер. Не знаю, правда, что это, нахуй мне нужен, но супер. На халяву юксу сладко. Тут мост мне очень нравился всегда. Просто, ну, блядь, не знаю почему. Он пиздец как манит меня. Мы к нему еще отправимся обязательно. Мы от него недалеко. Мы на него, я думаю, что даже на этом стриме мы успеем к нему сходить. Вот что мне нравится игра тем, что давно просили игроки подобное что-то сделать, потому что Хогвартс в открытом мире, ну, определенно открытом мире, хотя бы в территории Хогвартса не выходило еще таких игр. Что мы видели от Warner Brothers? Пуриган Гарри Поттеров, типа серию, и то там первый, второй, третий, и потом где ты бегаешь как дебил, выполняешь задания, и все, как бы у тебя урок это коридорное задание. Лично меня это как бы, ну, где-то уже в классе 6-7, после первого Гарри Поттера уже или второго, начало мальца подъебывать, потому что, ну, это бредовая история. Домик лесничий, кстати, это домик Хагрида. Но, стоп. Оттуда ведь тоже можно пройти к Хагриду, я так понимаю, да? По идее. Если верить фильму, то оттуда можно тоже пройти к Хагриду. Правда, Хагрида мы здесь не увидим. Конечно, зайду сейчас в лесничий, но вряд ли Хагрида здесь. Как бы он еще... Еще нету, по-моему. Что интересно нашли? Ничего не нашел интересного. Это что? Бирюзовые перчатки без пальцев. Ну, я нашел себе легендарный дуэль. Перчатки дуэлянта, поэтому... Ну, ладно, лишним нихуя не будет. Никогда ничто не бывает лишним. Тем более у еврея. Привет.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intently. But whatever the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Serona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matibili land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were
То, что слышит это отрадно, это тоже верно, но это в первую очередь девчонки опасно.
Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with the students. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
Кто там кому угрожает? Драка. Сейчас дам по морде.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Oh, I said Levioso.
Incendio. Levioso.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. Perhaps a monster.
I'm not going anywhere.
Нихуя подачу слопотал.
Finally himself.
You having the night?
Accio.
Novice luck.
Clumsy little...
Stop that!
Levioso.
Ух, по ебалу больно. Больно. Получил по ебалу. Конечно, попробовать еще раз. Мое путешествие закончилось, все, я могу удалять игру. На 2000 рублей наиграл.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Кеахей Нэшли. Бокер Това Хенду, тахзар бакша. Блять, от каждый ее удар это пиздец больно. Бля, я ни хрена не успеваю понял против нее, ну ладно. Жесткая, мадам, жесткая.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. You there! Stop!
I'm not going anywhere with you.
You'll take this! Head in the clouds, this one!
Leviosa! Protego! Tell Rookwood to find me himself.
Let's drop the hanger! And I have an expulsor! That's just careful! Production! Nice try! You haven't got an expulsor! Bloody little fool! Is that the best production?
Leviosa!
Expulsor! Hang on! Production!
Удержите врага в воздухе 10 секунд. Чё, блять? В чем прикол задания удерживать врага в воздухе во время бойни? Ну ладно, пусть с ним, не буду с тобой спорить, игра.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. Oh, I'm gonna take out expulsor. We can hold them off.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
You take this stupid body. You're a bit dodgy with your skills, aren't you, Production?
No, don't. Little brat. Release me. You just wait till I come down.
Better luck next time.
Aha! How embarrassing!
Tell Rookwood to find me himself. Leviosa!
Stop that right now! Had enough?
Potato! Learn that in first year, did ya? Head in the clouds, this one.
Leviosa! Protego!
Now it's ya.
Accio!
Production!
Leviosa!
I hate fights!
Победили?
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Фига себе, блядь.
Are you alright?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
Ты. Прикольно.
The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
Неизвестно, интересно, а что за...
I am curious about these piles.
Incendio!
Мисс Стеблин попросила меня положить сладкую мальву на эти спирали с камней. И вдруг произошло что-то необъяснимое. Интересно, что Мерлин хотела сам. Да хуй знает, что делать с твоими поминальными огнями. Сам дупля не отстреливаю. Ага. Подожди, нужно, по-моему, еще и в эти положить, нет? Угу. А, нужно загореть, зажечь их. Понял.
These Merlin trials won't get the best of me.
How beautiful! What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow suit, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Ну, давай вернемся в замок. И оттуда уже пройдем на работу, к сожалению.
This looks intriguing.
Я барашку ничего с барашкой не могу сделать. Алло. Алло. בוקר אור, מה שלומך? כן. לא שמע, אתה מקוטע אחי. אוקיי. שומע אותי? כן, כן, עכשיו כן. לא. אין לי אופציה להגיע לשם אחי. אני לא יכול לעזוב משרד אחי ולהגיע למרכזית. כן. שמע אחי, לא נראה, שמע, הנהג מונית שלי הוא לא ייסע לתחנה המרכזית כי רק להביא אותו מתל אביב זה בעייתי. אתה מבין? ולתת נהג לנהג אחר אחי זה משהו אחר. שמע, אם כן הוא יסכים זה לפחות 150 כמו כל נסיעה אחרת אצלו. זה לא נהג שעובד אצלי, זה נהג מונית אחי. לא, לא ירושלים, לתחנה המרכזית חשבתי. ירושלים לא יודע אחי כמה הוא ירצה. לא נראה לי שזה משתלם לך, אחי. כן, 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 אין בעיה. בטח. טוב, אחי. Так, посетить зелье варенье. Царский доспех напевает. Рыцарский доспех напевает. Раздраженно хрипит.
Shouldn't there be orders or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade?
Так, все. На этом мы закончим.